So for the last 2 or 3 days now, we've had this really heavy, what we call a rime frost. I think it's called a rime frost, I'm sure it is. And it's just really, really heavy on the plant. So the moisture has just been building up and building up and building up. And often this can take over plants and collapse them. As with this one here, this Deschampsia, it's doing just that. The euphorbias are folding down. That's what I expected to see, so don't worry too much about those. That's what they do when they get this sort of frost on them, and especially when they get it on them as long as they've had it on them at the moment. Here we've got the Miscantha sinensis memory, and look at that. Doesn't that look stunning? Even with this rime frost on it, it just looks absolutely fantastic. I really like that. That's a nice look. So everything else in the garden is getting the same. It's all frosted completely. And as I said the other day, if you tread on the grass, you are going to get these dying patches. Somebody pointed out you can never kill grass. Exactly what I tell people on the garden show. You cannot kill grass. No matter when you think you've killed it, it always comes back without a doubt. Now look at this. This is Calamagrostis acutiflora Carl Forster. Look at that. And this is why grasses are really good to have in the garden at this time of year, and especially when we've had weather events like we're having at the moment, which is the heavy ones. And I must say the Deschampsias in particular are looking really, really good with it. Heavy. Now it's not going to do the majority of my plants any harm whatsoever. Most of them will recover. They'll pick back up. It is winter. Most things go into dormancy. This Ailanthus is really taking a bashing now, but it's still standing, and it is set to collapse completely eventually, as will most of the other stuff. The evergreens will be the best ones that won't really have a problem. Buxa sempervirens are doing all right. This Corylus avellana, absolutely loaded with ice, but it's fine, absolutely fine. It's not going to cause it a problem at all. Obviously, there's nothing you can do in a garden when the weather's this bad. And it is bad, but it looks absolutely beautiful. I love it when it looks like this. So, some of the shrubs that aren't evergreen, like this one here, that's a Philadelphus, the leaves should have already dropped on that one, and they haven't. And they haven't dropped on all of my shrubs this time round, and I was quite surprised how they haven't dropped. They're still hanging on there. So this is different views of the garden, and it's just looking fantastic. I know things are looking sad and a bit sorry for themselves, like this Viburnum ritidiphyllum, but they're going to bounce back. They're going to be absolutely fine. As soon as the weather's come back good, everything will perk back up, and everything will be good. Not to worry about it. So if you're quite a novice to this and not used to this sort of weather in your gardens, don't worry. It's going to be absolutely fine. Just enjoy what you've got at the moment, because, you know, this is going to change next week. We're set to get some stormier weather by the end of the week, so this is all set to change. So what I'm viewing at the moment, I'm not going to be viewing next week. It's going to be gone, and I shall miss it a little bit. Although, in one way, I'm going to be pleased it's gone, because it's very cold, as you can see from the mist. So yeah, there's nothing you can do. I just walk around the garden when it's like this, and I take it all in. I just enjoy what's going on. Secret Gardens, just the same. Everything's hard underfoot. The ferns will suffer eventually. They will eventually die back. They're doing well at the moment, but I can't see that lasting. They're more likely to die back now I've had this good hard frosting on them, and it's good, and it's what you need. It's what your garden needs. You must be careful though sometimes that if you get frost like this and then you end up getting a load of snow with it, it can break branches, it can break things down. That's a bamboo, that. And it's looking absolutely fantastic. It's just laden down with it. Look at it. It's so heavy, this frost. It just hasn't stopped. And we're quite up on the walls at the moment, so, you know, things do get frosted. This is what happens. It's winter. Even the cockerel's suffering. So it's collapsed, finally collapsed the, well, yeah, this grass here is the Miscanthus lutaria riparius, and it comes from a bit of a warmer climate, and it's absolutely hammered it, and they don't like it, but they'll be fine. They should come back a tree, hopefully. I'm not, I'll probably come back next spring and they'll have completely gone, but they should be okay because they've got some big underground culms that should come back. The gravel area is looking good. I mean, this is why it's nice to have some gravel, actually, because it does differentiate the grass, and sometimes you get this whole new look with the frost. So that's looking really good. Trees have all lost the leaves now, but the rime frost has hit them hard, and it just looks really nice, as you can see. So it's looking beautiful. Now, if this carries on for like 2 months, then we would really struggle. We would lose a lot of plants. But it's not set to. It's gonna dissipate over the next few days, hopefully, as they've promised us. But we're going to lose this wonderful look that we're seeing at the moment, and it is wonderful. You've got to admit that just looks beautiful. And we've had some really heavy mists as well with it, and they've not helped really. They've not helped with the driving, definitely. But for the garden, they're okay. So it's all looking wonderful. I love it. I love to walk around at this time of year. I just love to see this look. I probably said love a million times on this video, but I love it. What can I say? So, just thought I'd do a quick walk around because I've got home early today, so I've managed to get a bit of light. I've been able to video this in the light. I've been taking a few photographs and putting them on my posts on my Instagram, but they're not very bright. You tend to lose a lot. But today's just been perfect for coming back and catching this. So there you go. This is what it looks like up in Lincolnshire in the UK in December, when we've had this hard frost for the last few days. But hopefully another few days it'll be gone. Talk to you later. Ta-da.